Hello, Bronya.
Hello, Sammie.
How are you?
I'm very well. And hello, Andy, who has also joined us for this evening's
Yeah, he's
chat.
just been on a walk, so he's ready for a
Look,
nice
his
nap.
little eyes are getting heavy. He's like, oh, he'll be off in a minute, won't he?
Yeah.
Oh, bless his heart. Andy, our podcast mascot.
Yes. Bless.
Oh, he's such a
Bless.
bless.
You sweet Andy. Andy. He said,
He's like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Oh, how are you this week?
I'm all right. I'm rushing around. Got a wedding fair tomorrow. I've had lots of cakes.
Exciting.
I did a really cute cake today with an owl on it. And the chap picked it up. It's quite dashing.
Dashing.
Oh, dog's off. I'm not letting him out.
Off. So the wedding fair, is it like a venue? Is it a...
Yeah, it's a place called Walbrook House near Hook.
Oh.
Down that way. It's been bought out and they're doing a refurbishment of it and trying to bring it up to scratch.
Nice.
So it's free.
Well,
and they do nibbles.
Oh, well, so free and you'll be fed.
Yeah. And last time I went, they did plates of food. It was like a taster night.
Is it that place?
Yeah.
I remember.
So
you enjoyed it that day, didn't you?
Yeah. So like,
was it Indian-y food?
It was a selection. They've got an Indian chef. So,
that was it. I knew
and he just literally landed 2 nights before or something like that.
Wow.
But the food was unbelievable. So
have you got all your samples and everything ready to go?
I've baked them. Okay. They're in the kitchen. That's what I'm going to do after.
Okay.
A bit of this and a bit of that. I'm ready to go, but not,
Yeah. In the morning, you'll be fine. Yeah. What time have you got to be there?
I have to leave here at 9. Well, I picked my friend up, Sue, at 9
That's
o'clock.
Not so bad. That's quite a respectable hour.
Yeah.
Really.
Finishes at 3. Home by 4.
Yeah. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Be good.
Yes. So what are we going to be talking about today, Bronya?
So today we are talking about auditing your business practices in your cake business.
Yes. And
Shall I tell you why I thought about this? Actually? Yes. Right. So this is about, do we do what we've always done? Or do we think about changing things, or do we just do it because we've always done it?
Yeah.
Right. And the reason I was thinking about this is because yesterday I made an 11-inch cake.
Yeah.
And I've made very few 11-inch cakes.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, you always used to say 11 inches don't exist.
Because, so we didn't have, when we had the shop, we didn't have 11-inch tins.
No.
We had 4, 6, we didn't have a 5. We had 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. We didn't have an 11-inch tin. And so 11-inch cakes didn't exist. And so since not having the shop, I've since bought 11-inch tins. I don't know why I never bought them at the shop.
Yeah.
And I thought about it the other day and I thought, you know what? We used to always make even number cakes. So we used to make 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch and 12-inch. And because of that,
my favourite cakes to make are a 7, 9 and 11.
Isn't that funny? So my most popular, where it's in the shop, our most popular cake was an 8-inch. My most popular cake now is a 7-inch. We never made 7-inch cakes back then. And it was like, and I have a sort of ideas why that was the case, but isn't it weird that we never did it? And it's like, and it all
we just got stuck in our ways.
Yeah,
we liked saying 11 doesn't exist. That was like our catchphrase.
But the other thing that it did do is it made us buy even number boards and boxes. So a 6-inch cake would go on an 8-inch board, and an 8-inch cake would go on a 10-inch board. And then you only had to have half the amount of boxes. Yeah. And I've kept that. I still only buy even number boards and boxes.
Yeah.
Because a 7-inch will go
I tend to do that as well.
Yeah.
And if I buy 9-inch or 7-inch. It's the thins so that I can
Right.
put them on.
So I found a 9-inch cake card the other day, and it annoyed me so much that I threw it away because
Was
I'm
it
like,
a
I have
flip?
it was quite a solid one. It was a silver covered one.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know why I've got it. I don't know what I've got no box to go with it. I've got no reason to have it. And because it didn't fit in my 8s and nuts, I threw it away. I'm sorry, I threw it away. So yeah, so that's what got me thinking that we got stuck in our ways of doing only even number cakes. And was that the best thing that we should have done? Because since I now make loads of 7 inches.
You get stuck in your ways, don't you?
Yeah.
And sometimes they're like a good shake up. It's just what you need.
Yeah. Yeah. It's healthy.
Definitely.
A change is as good as a rest.
That's right.
So what is an audit?
Well,
what are we talking about with auditing?
When you said to me, let's do one on auditing, I kind of went, okay. And I was like, I'm not really sure.
So I Googled audit and all I got was financial audits. And I'm like, that's not what I want. That's not what I want, really.
But so then I went down the path of how do you audit a cake business? So that's what I put into my Google search engine. And then that's when answers started coming out to me. And then it was like, oh, I totally understand now. So correct me if I'm wrong. And I apologize if I, cock it up. But when you audit your business, you can go through so many things, different areas of your business to shake it up, to check what you're doing is the most efficient way of doing it, that it's financially viable, that you're following the correct systems, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Is it, or do you do things because you've always done them? Or if you ever think about it, is there a better way of doing it?
Yeah. Sometimes so you're at a workplace and someone new comes in and they go, right, we're going to do it this way now.
This is what I've done. This is what I've done at work.
Yeah.
And some people are like, this is genius. Why have we not done this? And others are like, oh, I can't cope with the change.
Yeah. or they're like this. Oh, that Bronya.
Yeah. Well, Louise never did it like that. So why is she doing it like that?
But little things like I had Sam work for me for a little bit. And
so you had a big shake-up, a big audit.
And she really audited my business.
Yes. Yeah.
And it has made such a difference. I use so much of the stuff she did because it just saves me so much time. And
time is money, darling.
Yeah, darling. It is. I've written a really good quote here. Sorry, I'm going to rustle my pieces of paper.
She's very organised with her notes tonight.
Yeah. Less waste means more dosh in your pocket.
I thought it was going to be some posh business quote there.
No.
But it's true. So, I mean, some of the systems that we do, because I was thinking of going back to boards and boxes. So I don't order my boards and boxes in bulk because I don't make a lot of cakes, like a lot of celebration cakes. I don't order my boards and boxes in bulk. And when I ordered some yesterday because I suddenly thought, oh shit, I need a 14-inch board, a box. I've got a 14-inch board. I need a 14-inch box. So I ordered one from Amazon, but I didn't order one. I ordered 10. I'm going to take 10 years to get through these 14-inch boxes because, and I'm suddenly like, was that the best thing to do? Should I have just ordered one, but it would have cost me a fortune? Should I be more organized and order in bulk going, but then
going
would
forward.
I just have a lot of stock sat there that's just money that's sat there not being used? So it was kind of like this struggle in my head yesterday when I was ordering.
Well, that's why you have to implement your systems.
Yes. Yeah. And I decided that I made the right decision that I don't order many boards and boxes. So I've ordered 10 14-inch boxes that will be with me forever.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Will I?
Yeah.
Okay. I do have at least 3 14-inch boards. So that's,
Yeah. They're always handy to have.
Yeah, for 6-inch cakes, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Like a little pimple in the middle of my board. But yes.
So, sorry, my notes are very random, as we've already discussed. So, what parts of your business can you audit?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that you should sit down and this be like a massive exercise, because
you know, like I used to work in a shoe shop, and they used to do a massive stock take.
Oh,
it's not like that.
No, it's not, because you'll get really bogged down and you'll get completely overwhelmed by it and you'll get really bored by it.
Yeah, and then you won't finish it.
Yeah, exactly. And then you'll just go back to doing what you've always done. So I would just say that every time you go to do something, just sit and go, right, is this the best way to do it? So for example, ordering. If you're doing your ordering, whether it's your ingredients, whether it's your boards and boxes, your component parts, all that, when you go to do your Asda order, say, I don't know if you order by Asda or you're going along to Lidl or something, just, is it the best way to do it? Just like a little thing in your head every time. Am I doing this the best way? Would it be better if I ordered in bulk? Would it be better if if you're going to a supermarket, would it be better if you got an online shop? Just double think it every time, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to do it every time.
No, but just every so often go, is this the right way that I'm doing this?
Yeah, definitely. But also, if say you want to update your prices, and you need to do a sweep of all the things that you buy. It's at that point maybe you can do it, and then when you're logging all the information onto your system, you can work out, and then that helps you work out your new prices, as if your prices have gone up, if they haven't gone up, so on and so forth.
I think pricing is quite interesting, that because I know you're like me, you have like a list of your prices. So 6 inches start from this, 8 inches start from that. Is that the best way of doing it?
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't, because sometimes I'm not that busy,
right?
Say, and I don't want to spend lots of money on stock that's just going to be sitting there. So I will work out how much it is to buy a box from my local shop. Or whether it makes more sense. Have I got cake orders coming up in the future? And do I bulk buy? So, or you can get toolboxes now. The big toolboxes. Not just the short boxes.
Oh, toolbox. I thought you meant as in a toolbox that you put your tools in. Okay. Tool. TALL.
Tool.
Not as in TOOL.
Okay. Yeah, not tool, but tool.
Right, yes, toolboxes.
So I sat down. So I was buying 2 short boxes and putting them together that way, with 2 lids on the side and a box on top, box on the bottom. So I sat down and I worked out, is it cheaper to do it that way or to buy toolboxes? Not toolboxes, but toolboxes. And it is cheaper to buy the toolboxes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because we kind of think, use the cheapest option. And the cheapest option is like your normal standard.
Yeah.
If you're using 2 of them.
Yeah. It's not always the cheapest option. And I guess that's right across the board if you wanted to do that with your ingredients. As well. Well, we were just talking about that though, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean, is it worth going, depending on how many cakes you've got? And again, it will depend on the time of year.
Yeah.
So I've got a real throg in my throat. So, obviously in like the height of wedding season, if you're a wedding cake maker, it might be cheaper to just spend a couple of hours, go to Booker's and buy the whole lot.
Yeah, because that's going to save you loads of time.
And then because I know I used to go to Booker's and I used to I can remember I was talking to someone about this at work the other day. I used to stand in the aisles of Booker's with the Asda app on my phone, double checking per kilo how much everything was. And usually Booker's was more expensive, but the hassle of thinking, right, I've got to do this Asda order every week, rather than going, should I just buy 25 kilos of icing sugar? Is it just easier? You know? And also, or is it worth just spending a morning having a look at a few wholesalers and seeing if you, because we did get a really cheap wholesaler that used to deliver every week. Is it worth just looking for a wholesaler that will do that for you?
I guess it depends on the size of your business, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it depends on the time of year, because, you know, obviously in the winter, you know, it might be cheaper just to go to Asda. But yeah, just double check. And also, if you're ordering,
go on, get it up. Come on, come on, frog.
If you're ordering, are you ordering from the best place? So, you know, you've got the cake decorating company, you've got
cake stuff.
Some of them are designed for trade, some of them aren't. Like we had Eric on, you know,
I was just thinking about him.
And it's, are you going to the best place for your orders? Are you getting the best deal? Just a 10-minute look on the internet, is there a better place that you can be ordering that will give you better deals?
You
know,
another thing to think about as well, audit wise, is your electricity supplier. You could do an audit, have a shop around, see if you're getting the best deal. And you could also audit your energy usage. These are from my notes now. Teach your team or yourself, which would be me, to be energy savvy. A little effort here saves money and keeps your bakery buzzing.
So if you've got I try to do batch baking now and then freeze stuff, because you've got your oven on, your oven's hot, you don't want to keep heating the oven up and turn it down and heating it up. And also, although I've got my cake room in the garage, if we've got the oven on in the house, I'll take my cakes out there. Jules will be like, for God's sake, you've got your own bloody place. Like, I'm saving money by not having my oven on because you've already got this oven on. But yeah, just little bits and pieces like that. You know, working out how, but also it's time efficiency, isn't it? If you're doing batch baking, it's got to be more efficient to batch bake.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
Rather than baking and decorating, baking.
I always batch bake.
I said that takes organisation.
But
then that's another audit you can do, is how do you organise your production?
That's
is your production the most efficient?
Because the littlest things can just seem so normal to you, and then you tweak them. Here we go. I've got one for you. So when Sam did my audit, she went, so when do you make your buttercream? I'm like, oh, as I use it, I'm like, put 4 butters in, make the buttercream, like that. She's like, well, why don't you make it at the beginning of the week when you're not stressed up? Put it in the fridge. It's ready made, and then you can just whack it back in the mixer and zhuzh it up. So you're saving time. You know, like just put it in the cellophane wrapper. I know. So
and also you can do that while you've got a cake in the oven. Because what else are you going to do if you're
cover boards? Cake in the oven and cover your boards. Cake in the oven and make your buttercream.
That's the thing, is like fill in the gaps, isn't it? You know, don't sit down and have a cup of coffee. Fill in the gaps and do bits. Because then you've got more of a rest later on.
So when I write my worksheet out with my order on it, I have a list of what I'm going to do.
You like do the fine details of everything you've got to do, don't you?
Because it really makes you think out of the box. It makes you think about the things you're gonna have to order. So I'm saving myself time by doing this. I go, and now I've started a new system of that. I write the allergy sheet out. I try to do it when I write the order out and I send the invoice to the customer, but I find sometimes I don't. So what I've started doing is I do my allergy sheet document, at the beginning of the week for all of my orders, and then they're there for me,
Oh,
and
that's
then I
just,
can
yeah.
adjust them as I go. And then so I've got my
Because that
covenant
is the last
boards.
thing you do, and then you suddenly go, "Oh my God, I've got to do that," and
Yeah, and then attach your
customers walking
business
up your
card.
driveway, and
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's a legality for you to hand this piece
yeah,
of paper over, or this document. So to make sure that you've done it is
yeah.
very good. That's an
So it's something
auditory
that
requirement.
I've started, because obviously I've got my little cake shed, and
Yes.
everything is pre-packed, so I'm having to do labels with all
Yeah.
the
Oh, and yours will
ingredients
have
in.
to have all the ingredients on, won't they?
So what I've started doing is I've got because the first week I just typed them all out on labels, and then the second week I did different flavors, and I'm like, oh God, well, I've typed all that out. Like baking spread, and you've got to put
Yeah.
all the ingredients. So I was copy and pasting. So what I've started is an Excel sheet, because I was like,
I know,
yeah,
spending a
how
lot
I
of
first
time.
started it wasn't the best way to do it.
Yeah.
So I now spend like an hour doing the labels, printing them all off, cutting them up.
Did you know you can get a little machine that prints out labels of ingredients? Are you just about to show me yours?
I bought from TikTok Shop
Yeah.
a little thermal printer with a
Yeah.
putty cat face.
Yeah.
And you know what? That was £12 and included, I think, 50 reels of stickers.
Yeah. And
It's fantastic.
yes.
TikTok Shop.
There
It's
you
great.
go.
It's
Yeah.
so great. I mean, it's not the best quality print, I have to say.
No, but you're going to stick it on a thing that's going to get opened and thrown away.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, if I'm not sure how long it's going to last. Because say it was off TikTok Shop, £12, and I got rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls of this sticker stuff as well. So I'm not expecting it to last long, but we'll see. It's all part of the experiment, isn't it?
So
and that's really easy to use as well.
Did we talk about what you could audit in your business, or did we start talking about it?
We did start to. Yeah, we did start to. Right. So what have you got?
Well, marketing. You can audit your marketing.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, I think we should talk about that.
Your financial side of your business.
Yeah, money,
your
bank
systems, which we kind of talked about. Your equipment.
Yeah, equipment's good.
Yeah, and
yeah.
safety. Your health and safety
is good. Yeah. See, I've also got tech on there.
Oh yeah.
Your apps.
Yeah.
And your pricing.
Yeah.
But we kind of talked about pricing.
Yeah.
Should we talk about money? Let's talk about money, because that's what people think of when they think of an audit. Money.
Yeah. So obviously, when you do start your financial audit, you should have everything on your system, because what's the point of doing an audit if you haven't got it on your system already?
It's in a pot on the windowsill.
Yeah. Obviously, I use a system called Bake Diary, which I love, and it also includes things like your mileage, your expenses, what's coming in, what's going out. I put all my your council tax can go on there, because that's part of your business. Your water rates, your percentage of your water rates, your gas, your electricity, because these are all things in your business that you're using.
You should be claiming for.
Yeah, your telephone. And did you know you can claim for charity stuff as well? Like if you give free gifts.
Yeah, there's a certain level though, isn't there?
Oh, I didn't know about that. I
could be wrong. But I think it's a level.
Petit pois anyway. 6 cupcakes here or a cake there.
Yeah, but you can definitely offset them against your tax as a charity donation.
And then I guess you can go through all of your systems and make sure that you're paying the right amount of money, that you're not missing something, that you're not overpaying on something. You're actually going to go through and check all your stuff, because it's different from doing your year end, because that you're just shoving all of your information on.
You just churning it out, hoping the tax man don't charge you too much.
Yeah. So by doing an audit for yourself, especially a financial audit,
it's things like you don't necessarily notice going out. Things like subscriptions to apps things.
Yeah.
Do you need that app?
Yeah.
Do you need that level of
Have
that
you
app?
forgotten that you've got that? Have you
Yeah.
you're just paying it out and you don't
Yeah.
realise?
Have you been paying it out for the last 6 months and not used it? That kind of thing.
Because the main ethos of your whole business is to make money.
Yeah.
And by doing an audit as well, you can go bust. You don't know if you're going to go bust because you don't know but you're all over the place.
Do you know how much money you are actually making?
Yeah, you could be working your socks off and just breaking even.
Yeah.
Or
the other thing that I would say with money is also to check your bank account.
Yes.
So for years and years, we had a Santander business bank account.
Yeah.
And I closed it. This is like the main one that we had when we had the shop and we had the business there. And I closed it, and I've now got a Starling bank account. And they're both business bank accounts, but Santander used to charge me for paying cash in.
Yeah.
So we had a shop, we had a lot of cash going in, and we used to get charged for that. And people would go, "Oh, I'll give you cash because that's got to be better for you than paying by credit card." Well, it was actually about the costs were about the same.
Yeah.
So now Starling, they don't charge you for paying cash in.
Yeah.
But also things like, if you do take credit cards, have you got the best deal on your credit card payments?
That's right.
If you take PayPal, is PayPal actually worth it, or is it better to get something like Stripe or Square instead?
Yeah.
Are all those things like the best way that you're working? If you've got a charge on your bank account, do you need a bank account that's charging you?
Yeah, because there are so many out there now that don't charge.
So what are you paying for? What are you getting out of that?
So are they giving you services? Using their services?
Yeah. Because my personal bank account, I've been with Lloyd since I was about 14 years old, but I've had lots of different bank accounts with them. And I remember having is it gold or platinum account?
I've got a platinum account.
It's paying like 30 quid a month for it.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't pay that much, but I think my charge a month is £20, but I get free AA with it and free holiday insurance. And I have sat down.
And phone insurance as well.
Yes.
You used to get phone insurance.
I'm not sure if you get that anymore, but I can remember it on there. But I've actually sat down and worked it out.
Yeah.
Whether it's cheaper to go with AA or to stick with the TSB, and I just keep that bank account open for the free AA because it works out cheaper.
Because mine, I never went to TSB. Mine was always Lloyd's. But it was when I had a proper job and like a salary, I had this platinum, and I remember thinking, it's a lot of money.
When you had an office job.
Yeah, when I had an office job, when I had to commute, let's put it that way. But it did work out cheaper because of all the perks you got, and they're perks that you use. I mean, it's all very well having perks if you're never going to use them, but I think the AA is quite handy.
Yeah, I use it all the time.
Travel insurance as well, because travel insurance wasn't just me; it was for my husband as well.
Yeah, and it covers Europe as well, so you can go on holiday.
Yeah.
What was I looking at the other day? Oh, this was on my insurance. My car insurance.
Yeah,
has got. If I can drive abroad, I don't even have to check that's I just know I can drive abroad with it.
So I mean, if you are paying for a financial service, make sure you're getting money.
Sometimes I forget we're doing a podcast, and then and I have to pull myself in because we just start. We're talking about the podcast. What we're talking about.
Oh God! Right, should we talk about marketing? Auditing your marketing. I think this is a biggie because I think a lot of people, me included, just go, I'll just shove a post out on Instagram because I've always shoved a post out on Instagram and that's my marketing. Yeah. But is it actually the best thing to do?
Yeah, because are you spending time doing this and nobody's looking at your post because it's going out at the wrong time?
Is Instagram even the best place for it to go?
Are you paying money on it as well?
Since I've been doing my cake shed, I have been marketing in different places because it's like a really localized business, and it's really made me think, putting a post out on Instagram actually won't do anything for that at all.
No.
So I've had to rethink. And I think sometimes when you do, like, you've got a wedding fair tomorrow, and I know it's a free one, but it's still quite an investment, isn't it? Going to a wedding fair with all your done and everything. So you double think that. You sort of think, is this the best thing? Is this worth it for me? But I think social media, because social media is free, you think, oh, it's just a couple of minutes sticking a post up. Is it? Is it a couple of minutes sticking a post up?
No, because this week I've got lots of videos and I keep editing them, but something keeps going wrong. So I've done it
on the Instagram app.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't. It's shocking.
Oh, I've had so many problems.
Yeah.
And I'm really in the zone at the moment, but I keep going, oh, for fuck's sake, and just walking away.
Get something like InShot or CapCut, then you can edit it in those, save them, and then just upload it to Instagram. Because if I find that sometimes when you do stuff on Instagram and you put like text on it, and then it takes all the text off, and it's like, I've spent 20 minutes doing that, and it's just taken all my work away. And then you feel like throwing it out the window and not doing it.
Yeah. Well, I'd say I've spent about 2 hours this week, and I've not posted anything because it just keeps going wrong. And as you may know, I hate
but see, that's a case of, are you doing the best thing? Doing it on Instagram, is it the best place to do it?
Yeah.
Is there a different place to be doing that?
Yes. Yeah, because I tried to do it on Canva and I couldn't do it there.
No, I use InShot or Adobe Rush. But there's also CapCut, which is quite good.
Can you put that in my messages for me later?
I will do, yeah. I'll message that to you later.
I would write it down now, but I know I'll leave this piece of paper up here and I'll go, what was that?
But I think, and because I'm doing the Cake Shed, I've kind of gone, right, I need to advertise in local Facebook groups where people are looking. And it's really made me think about marketing in a way that I haven't thought about it for so long, because I just do the same thing over and over and over again. I just shove something out on Instagram, or I do a video somewhere, and it's really made me double think about it.
Do you have a Google account?
I do, and I've been putting updates on Google as well. Yeah, which I've never done before. I've never put updates on Google. And I'm using an app called Nextdoor as well, and I've never done that before.
I've used Nextdoor before.
Yeah, because that's
not
like really, really
cakes, but and and we on Facebook as well. We have like it on FaceBay. There's like FaceBay Southampton, not Face.
Oh, okay.
Which is.
You're very glitchy. What's happened to you?
That wasn't me. Back?
Yeah, you just stopped then.
It wasn't me. I had a look.
You just completely stopped.
I've got strong internet.
I'm sorry. Have you? So I saw. Oh, okay.
Oh, but we have had a lot of problems in our area recently.
Oh, wow. Problems in the area. That's something else you can audit. Are you using the best internet?
Yes. Definitely.
But no, I think auditing your marketing, and I, like you said earlier about, are you putting all this time into doing a post and then sending it out at completely the wrong time?
Yeah.
So go into your insights, look at your insights and everything. Check that if you're sending a post out, it's not in the middle of the night when everyone's asleep.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's when the only time that you think about doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see quite a few people doing this. They should audit themselves. They put like a week's worth of posts out.
In one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's like they've all their cakes have gone out.
Oh, I think they did another cake.
Yeah. But it's like all their cakes have gone out on a Sunday, or all the cakes have gone out like Friday and Saturday, and then they've spent all Sunday posting the pictures of all their cakes that have gone out, and you're like, oh, it's another cake. Whereas you could stagger that one by one across the week,
and
you get a better reach for all your
Definitely.
All your
Definitely. And schedule them. Schedule those posts.
Make the best use of your time.
Yeah.
Time is money.
Time is that holiday in the Bahamas.
Right, what else have you got on your list?
Well, how often should you do an audit?
Yeah.
So I looked this up because I was, I thought, oh, this is
You're
interesting.
so efficient. I like pick things out my backside. You actually Google stuff.
Yeah, because I was a bit, I don't really know what this is. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't talking a load of rubbish. But it says if you're a well-established business, a yearly audit should be fine for you because you're on not on the balls of your feet. That's not the right saying.
I know what you mean. You're like, you've got experience on your side, haven't you?
So you can kind of pick up, oh shit, I shouldn't be doing this anymore. But if you're say you've implemented a new system, maybe you should in 3 months' time say, right, I'm just going to have a little check through just to see how this is going. Or if you're a new business, you've just set up, and there's bound to be things that should change because if you're new, you kind of like you might have done it before, but you're now working for yourself.
Well,
and
can you remember
things are different.
I don't know whether you were there at the shop. We used to take a £15 deposit.
£15.
£15, no matter how much the order was. It could be a wedding cake. £15 deposit. And I remember we had a couple of no shows, and it's like, well, it's not really surprising for £15 deposit.
Yeah.
So that made me think that's when you kind of go, right, we need to change that because this has gone wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
And that was changed probably pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'd say. I think it was a wedding cake that was meant to have happened at the Grosvenor in Stockbridge. And they paid a £15 deposit, and I never heard from them again.
Oh.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
So it's like a learning curve, isn't it, sometimes?
Definitely. It's when I first started out, I never used to charge for tasting boxes.
Yeah.
Why not? Why? Yeah. But so you just throw here, have some cake.
Throw money out the door.
I'll post it to you. I'll drive it to your house. Have my life. But now I'm like, that's and review your prices on your tasting boxes as well, and the delivery methods, and is it cheaper to send it by post or drive it to them,
or getting them to come and collect it?
Yeah.
Do they even need a tasting box? I mean, that's another thing.
I know look at my cakes and go,
I can taste it through the picture. Yeah. But it is. I mean, I know we've kind of did an updated consultation episode, but we used to always provide cake. We used to always give people cake.
No, I don't do that now.
Not everyone wants to actually.
I don't. I'll go. Tell me about what you want. What designs have you got? Blah 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 blah. And then you get your feelers, because some people are like bish bash bosh. They just want to book it.
Yeah,
done.
They know they want vanilla or chocolate. Done.
Yeah. What are your flavours? Sticky toffee? Yeah, I'll have that.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go, oh, would you like a sample box?
But we used to. We used to go, okay, I'll send you cake.
Yeah.
For free. Yeah.
Oh, you don't like that bit? Here, have another bit. You want to try that bit again? Oh, you want it to be more moist?
You remember dunking in some water?
Yeah. We did have a customer that once said, can we have some chocolate cake that's more moist? I mean, I can't.
How can your chocolate cake be any less moist?
Yeah.
You could squeeze it out.
Yeah. That makes our cake sound good. We can squeeze our moistness out.
You can wring it out.
Yeah.
Put it through the mangle.
Yeah.
But I mean, something I've been doing, like with my cake shed. So this is my 4th week of my cake shed. And every week I've written notes, and I've actually been posting on Instagram as I've been going, what I've been learning.
Yeah.
because this is such a new thing for me.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I need to take notice of what I'm doing. So the first week I did some cookies and some cake. None of the cookies sold, only the cake. And I'm like, right, okay, let's not do cookies again. So then the next week I did all cakes. And it's like the classic flavors. I mean, they're so boring around here. But it's all like Victoria sandwich, coffee and walnut, lemon, all the classic flavors are the ones that are flying out of the shed. Last week I did a Biscoff cornflake cake, kind of half sold. They definitely like cake. Cake is what they like.
Yeah.
So, and I've been making notes every single week. What is selling? What is not selling? What is doing well?
It's like if you go to a kid's school fete, the flapjacks are always the last to go.
Yeah. Well, they don't look great, do they?
Oh, I love a flapjack.
I love a flapjack, but they don't look as appetizing as a.
No.
And someone said to me the other day, if you thought, are you going to do anything for Mother's Day? You could do like scones and things. But before I commit to doing scones, I'm just going to put a post on the local Facebook page to say, if I was to do a Mother's Day box with scones and cream, would anyone buy it? Because I don't want to get loads of little tubs of clotted cream in and then put them in the freezer, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to learn as I go with the shed.
I think you've been doing amazingly. Not that I've had a look on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, this is my 4th week. So this week I'm going to put up how much money I've taken each week.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so everyone can see how much money I've been taking.
Yeah.
It's not against cost, it's just actual cash revenue in.
Yeah.
But again, it's a learning thing, you know.
Yeah.
If someone else is thinking about doing it, would it be worth them doing it? You know?
Yeah.
So another thing I think we should look at is what tech are you using? Like, what apps are you using? What
yeah, because
you know,
say you're using one system to do all your invoicing and everything.
Yeah.
And you're paying $25.99 a month.
Yeah.
For this, but it doesn't do everything that you want it to do.
Exactly.
So you just need to type into Google what you want, and then you'll find an amazing program like Bake Diary, which is
I used for
£6 and a penny a month.
Wow. I used for a short time, I used Dubsado because everyone kept saying to me, it's really good. It takes people through the customer journey and it'll do, and it's like 40 quid a month.
Yeah.
And I think I put 4 customers through it and I'm like, this is just so complicated. I'm spending more time setting up the invoices and setting up the journey when all I could do is just talk to them, do the invoice.
Yeah.
Fresh bosh, out it goes.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that it was suitable for what I was using it for. Because I was talking to other wedding suppliers and it's like, actually, it was just a lot of money for.
Because there's lots of apps as well that we use. There's like Trello, Canva, can't think of any, Facebook.
I use Adobe Rush and Adobe Lightroom, but they're both free. But I use them. But also things like things like Zoom.
Our podcast.
Yeah. So we had to change. We changed that recently. So we used to use Zencaster. They decided they were going to charge us a lot of money they were going to just charge us money, because we were using it for free. We don't make any money out of the podcast. So we were like, well, it's too much to be paying.
Yeah.
So we had to look around, and I think we're using StreamYard now, and I don't think the sound is always as good, but the payoff is we're not paying 40 quid a month.
Yeah.
When we don't get anything back for it.
Yeah.
Except for love.
Yeah. It's all about the love.
So when you were talking about your equipment, what do you mean about auditing equipment?
So I use mixers. I've got 2 mixers. I used to have 3. I've just downgraded to 2.
When you say downgraded, did one blow up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kept the bowl. So I've got hand whisks, a guillotine. I know that's not equipment, but I have a guillotine, which I had to replace. My shredder, things like that.
Yeah.
Do they need portable appliance testing? Do they need servicing? Does it sound like it's going to break? Therefore, you should maybe
Should
think
you get it
about,
looked at now?
yeah, rather than when it's really busy and
Yes.
then
Yeah.
you're fucked. I've
Yeah.
sworn a lot today. You're fucked up shit street if your mixer goes.
Yeah, can you imagine in the middle of a wedding cake and you mix, or your oven blows up? Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's right. So, and sometimes, just little things. A stitch in time saves 9.
Oh, you might be swearing a lot today, but you've got some good sayings.
Yeah, because you've just got to keep on it with your equipment. You don't miss it until it's not there. And then you're spitting bins.
I always think it's good to have a backup. I mean, ovens, it's not so easy to have a backup. I get that.
No.
But even if you've just got a cheap mixer that you bought down the middle of Lidl or whatever, just something in the background in case your good mixer goes pear-shaped.
Oh my God, yeah. It has happened to me before.
Has it?
Where I've been I should have serviced that one, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So I was using that one, and then that one went, and then I'm using my little hand mixer, and it's doing this, and the pins start going.
So I've got 3 mixers. 2 of my Kenwoods I service myself because they're easier to take apart. My K mix, I've never had that service. Probably should now you mention it. But yeah, I think, and it's always good to know that you've got a backup or a friend that can help.
Yeah.
If you don't have a backup, someone that you can call on.
A friend in need is a friend indeed.
It's got them all today.
Oh my God. So,
but yeah. So, is there anything else?
I don't think so. I think we've kind of covered it all.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of just keep on top of all the things that you're doing.
Yeah.
And just double check yourself once in a while. Just have a double think about what's the best thing to do.
If you do want to do a yearly audit, put it in your diary.
Oh, that's something you could do at the end of like a busy season.
Yeah.
Sit there and go, right, how did this season go? How can
it
be better next year?
Yeah. So in January you're going to do your thingy, tax thing.
Yeah.
What's it called? Oh my God.
We're so professional.
Oh, that thing you have to do at the end of January. You're going to do that every year without fail. So you could do your audit at the same time, or you could schedule it for the month after.
Just before you get busy, just so you know that when you're just about to hit your next busy period, you've got it all sorted and you're going to be as efficient as you can.
I have just thought of something else actually. Your paperwork that you're using to do all of these things.
Yes.
Does that need an audit? Because things change
to it. Do you have to always keep adding like a little extra box on the side?
Yeah. I have actually got my worksheet, which I've got, it's brilliant, but I have got 2 little boxes that I'm waiting for somebody to help me because I can't do spreadsheets. I just need 2 little boxes, one for my diary and one for, I can't remember what the other thing is. So even if you haven't got time to do it, make sure you make a note of that thing you've got to do. So when you've because in the long run it's going to save you money and time is money. Right.
Yes. Okay. Right. We should also say in a couple of weeks we are going to record a Q&A. We're going to record a question and answers. So you ask the questions and we'll answer them, or we will find answers. Ask us anything.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Yeah. I'm a size 6.5.
Do you know, I was just going to say I was a size 7. And my inside leg is 32.
I think mine's 29.
But yeah, so ask away. If we can help, we will. If we can't, we will try and find the answer.
Yeah.
I think that our whole episode on flowers on cakes came out of a Q&A.
Yeah. Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, that came out of someone asking for it. So please ask us either on Instagram at the Business of Cake Making, or through email hello@thebusinessofcakemaking.co.uk, or find either of us on Instagram and message us and we will pick it up. We would love to have your questions, so we can have an episode, because they're actually really fun episodes to do.
Yeah, they are. I really enjoy them as well.
Yeah. So
and just in case you're just about to go, don't forget to like, subscribe.
We haven't done product of the week yet.
I know, but I'm doing it early.
Okay.
Just in case they turn off at the end. They go, oh, done product of the week. Oh, we don't want to hear us sing. We're going to turn it off.
Yes, like, subscribe, dance. I got dancing quick first.
Yeah, hokey pokey.
Okay.
Or
and
leave
send
a
us your
review.
comments. Yeah, rate, review, and send us your comments, and send us your questions. Definitely.
Yes, please. So
right, go on then.
I'm just going to have a little sip of my cold coffee.
I drank my tea. I think that's why I'm coughing so much, because I've drunk my tea. I've got nothing to drink.
Oh. Right, it's time for product of the week, product of the week, product of the week.
Right, it's your turn to be first.
Okay, so I don't actually have this product. Okay. But I went to
I've heard it's very good.
I went to my friend's, who is a fellow baker.
Right, okay.
Cake studio, Suzanne Glue. And
does she have the product?
She has the product.
Right. So you've witnessed it, you've experienced it.
Yeah, and I instantly went, oh my God, I want one of those. So it's, you know, when you go for a pizza, you go to Domino's, and you're stood watching your pizza being made, and they have that pizza rack thing with all their pizzas lined up on it. Wow, you can get one of these, and you can cover your boards and pop one in each little slot. Or you can make loads of little roses and pop them in another slot. You can make a little this and a little that and pop it in another slot.
See, when I was at the bakery, we used to have those, and we used to have sheet pans and baking sheets that fitted. So they'd come straight out the oven, straight in the rack. Yeah. And they were on wheels.
Oh my God, it
was a big bakery, so we used to wander around, clattering around with buns and things on wheels.
So obviously, but I'm only small. I have one team member, moi. So I wanted a nice cheap one. So I had a look, and you can get from a company called Adexa Catering Equipment, you can get a 14-layer one. It's reduced to £22.80.
Oh my life. My oven in my cake room is Adexa.
Oh, is it?
And I got that in the Black Friday sale, and that was about 90 quid.
There you go.
And that's like a tabletop commercial Adexa oven. Yeah.
There you go.
Racking, that would be good.
Yeah. And it didn't take up that much room, because if you think about it, sometimes when you do your boards, they can be spread all over the place. I do, I've got a star cookie cutter set. Yeah. So I'll do my largest board first. I'll cut out a star from the center, and then I put my star cookie cutter
and then you pile them up,
and then I pile them up on top of each other. But I saw this and I thought, then I don't have to have them on the dining room table, which is very.
Can you remember we tried to we cobbled our own thing like that together? You remember we used to have those stacking in and out trays? Do you remember them? No. They were like plastic trays with like you know what I mean? Like you have in an office.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
In an office, and they were like A4 size.
And we were going to put Oh, flowers and stuff
Yeah.
in them.
But
Yeah.
the problem was they were A4 size, and nothing cake making fits A4 size.
No.
So it was just a complete waste of. And I
Yeah.
think they were empty on the desk for most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
because cake making's just that
definitely.
little bit bigger than
Yeah.
A4. Just that.
Well, these have got open sides, so you're not limited.
And
They're
then,
just little...
so what do they actually call them?
It was called a pizza pan stacking rack.
Nice.
14 layer.
Do you get the pans with it or just the rack?
No, just the rack.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my product of the week. How
Nice.
about you?
Right, so mine, as I've banged on about quite a bit this episode, I've got a cake shed, right? I've got a cake shed.
Have you?
Luckily, my product of the week isn't my little TikTok shop printer, because it could have been.
Yeah.
I would have been quite happy to use that. But so I've been packaging them all in cellophane bags, and I've been sticking it down with a label. And then I thought the other day, I need to get a heat sealer.
Oh.
Now, we used to have a heat sealer. We used to have a laminator and a heat sealer. I can't find either.
I've got the laminator.
Have you? That's where the laminator went. Right, okay.
I don't know about the heat thingy.
I don't know where the heat sealer has gone. So I've bought myself from eBay a heat sealer. I think it was £13.
Ooh.
And it's like a little pair of scissors. So the bottom bit is hot. You press the top down, and it works on any plastic. So cellophane, any plastic, and you hold it down. It goes. Little light comes on, and it seals it. It's brilliant. It's so much quicker than trying to fold the top over, stick it down with a piece of sticky tape. So mine is a heat sealer. If you're doing fairs and markets or anything like that, and you want a quick way to package your gear up, heat sealer. eBay, cheapest chips.
I quite like using those as well.
Yeah, it was like using a laminator, isn't it? It's like next level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next level stationery, heat sealer and laminator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it. We're done.
Did you want your laminator back?
No, you not with that face. No.
Because I use it, and I've just bought a like 150 pack a laminate. You can borrow it.
Well, did you know what? Because I want to put some signs out on the downs, and Jules was like, "We need to laminate it. Where's your laminator gone?" I'm like, "Oh, I've got rid of that. I got rid of that ages ago." I didn't say that you have it, but I do know someone where I can borrow one from. So I just need to buy the laminate, and then I can go and borrow the laminator.
Well, I've got loads you can have. I've just bought loads.
Well, I'd say I'm just going to take it to work. They've got an A3 laminator.
Oh, show off.
What can I say? So yeah, so that's us done.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Right. Please send us your questions.
Yes, please do. I look forward to seeing them. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you all later. Bye. Bye.
Hold on, I can't find the exit.
Could you hear Andy the whole way through that?